Well, hi, this is Josh Nelson with Plumber SEO, and on this video, I just want to give you a case study, an example, search engine optimization and internet marketing example for a plumbing company we work with in the Chicago Heights area. And I feel that examples, case studies, real world helps. It really helps you to grasp the concept and see how this plays out in the real world. So take a look. And so we'll just type in a search for Chicago Heights Plumber. Helps if I spell it right. And you can go to your search engine right now and you can run this same exact search. And the company I want to show you is Able and Willing Plumbing. This is a company we work with in Chicago Heights. And I know that this is close to Chicago, but it is in the outskirts, so I do not consider Chicago Heights and Chicago to be necessarily super competitive or competing cities. And so you'll see here the company we work with is Able and Willing Plumbing. They're in the A spot for this specific search. And if we go into their website, we can take a look at what they have going on. We try and build out a website that's properly optimized with the right information, with pages for each one of their services, with pages for each one of the cities that they operate in. And building a little bit of personality with pictures of the company, pictures of what's going on within the organization, and then a heat map. And so this heat map is literally their team checking in via smartphone devices. Their check-ins show up on the website, and a heat map is generated showing where the company operates. And this is a critical piece of our strategy because when Google spiders this page, it's seeing all these check-ins and it's getting some relevant information about their true service area. And so, great number one position for Chicago Heights Plumber. Obviously, the idea is we want to rank for a lot of different keywords in and around your service area. And so that's why we build out the Our Services pages, and we've got a page for emergency plumbing, right, which is specifically optimized for Chicago Heights emergency plumbing. And then we've got the drain cleaning page, right, which is specifically optimized for Chicago Heights drain cleaning. And so I want to show you what goes in after these pages are made, how these things start to rank over time. And so let's just type in to Google Chicago Heights emergency plumber. So I showed you there's a page for emergency plumbing. And so you can see here the number one spot for Chicago Heights emergency plumber. Let's look at Chicago Heights drain cleaning. And you can see here, number one spot is Able and Willing Plumbing. They're Chicago Heights drain cleaning. If we click on this, it takes us into their page. Drain cleanings in Chicago Heights. And it talks about the fact that they specialize in providing drain cleaning in and around the Chicago Heights area. And so we can continue. We can go a little bit deeper. Let's do garbage disposal repair. There's Chicago Heights Able and Willing Plumbing, number one listing. How about if we do Chicago Heights repiping? People need to repipe their homes. There's a high transaction value. You'll notice that they've got 1, 2, 3 page one listings in their main market for that specific keyword. So let's do Chicago Heights hydrojetting. Chicago Heights hydrojetting, you got Able and Willing, 2 top listings. And so this is their main city. Obviously, the main city is important, but they also serve suburbs and sub-areas in and around Chicago Heights. So if we drill down into their service area, you'll see we've built pages for Olympia Fields, Madison, Flossmoor, and each one of these represent different cities that they happen to operate in. And so we built these pages, we've optimized these pages, we got links going back to these pages, and over time these pages start to rank. So let's just take a look at how this is working for them in some of these sub-markets. Let's do Madison, for instance. I spelled Madison wrong. Did I? Nope. So there's Madison Emergency Plumber. They've got the number one listing. Let's look at Madison Drain Cleaning. So let's see, where are they? Able and willing, page 1 for that subsidy combined with drain cleaning. Let's do different. Let's do Matterson water heater repair. So able and willing plumbing right there, the number 1 and number 2 listing for Matterson, Illinois water heater repair. And so I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I want you to get the idea that we have very specific strategies based on sound SEO tactics, where we build out your website. We add pages for the specific services that you offer. We optimize it correctly. We do the off-page optimization piece, which is actually even more important than just what you see on the site itself, which is building the links, creating fresh content, being active in social media. But I just want to show you the net result, so you can kind of expect this type of net result in your area. So we'll just look at one of their other suburbs, Flossmoor, right? We looked at Flossmoor. So we type in Flossmoor drain cleaning. There's able and willing on page 1. If you click through to this, again, this is the page under service area, under Flossmoor, and explain it that they're the experts in drain cleaning in the Flossmoor area. And so this stuff works. The strategies that I define in this book, that I go over in the weekly sessions that I conduct and in the presentations I conduct for PHCC and QSC, are proven, right? And so what we do is we implement these strategies and we make it work for you. Well, if you'd like to get some more concrete information on how you can implement some of these strategies on your own, how to set up your website, how to do the on-page optimization, how to build the link so that your plumbing company can rank, then I encourage you to go to plumberseo.net/free. Free report there. It'll really walk you through that process in more depth. If you'd like to talk with us about having us implement these strategies for you, like we did for Able and Willing Plumbing, then you can give us a call. You can reach me directly at 866-610-4647.